working in the spirit of the Golden Empire. This is 17 News at noon.
Good afternoon, I'm Alex Fisher. The Tehachapi mother claiming self-defense after shooting her ex-husband appeared before a judge again today. Police say Wendy Howard shot and killed Kelly Pitts in June. Court documents reveal it happened after Howard reported Pitts to police for allegedly molesting their 16-year-old daughter. During an argument, Howard claims she felt threatened and shot him. Howard posted bail last month and has been spending time with her family. She appeared before a judge today who set her trial for late April. A Bakersfield police sergeant is on administrative leave after landing himself in handcuffs following a crash. BPD announced off-duty Sergeant Jeff Sasso crashed his motorcycle into a center median on Rosedale Highway near Costco. It happened on Saturday. Paramedics took Sasso to the hospital to be treated for his injuries. During the investigation, BPD says officers discovered Sasso was under the influence of alcohol. Officers arrested Sasso, who is now on administrative leave. A close call for two girls in the Killer Kern. The two got stuck in the river yesterday afternoon. The sheriff's office says one of the girls was out of the water on a rock but stuck in the middle of the river. The second in the river holding desperately onto another rock. Fortunately, KCSO Search and Rescue and county firefighters got to them just in time using a helicopter to pull the pair from the river. The newest Bakersfield High School will soon have a name. Earlier this year, the Kern High School District asked people to submit names for the new campus set to open in 2022. KHSD narrowed down the list to 8 potential names. They are Prosperity, Victory, Panama, Tacoma, David Nelson, Buck Owens, Thomas Baker, and Mary Kay Shell. The school will be built on the corner of Panama Lane and Cottonwood Road. The trustees are set to vote on a name at the board meeting later tonight. All right, well, let's take a look at the forecast now with Kevin Charette, who is live this afternoon in South Bakersfield with details on a lunch, all for a good cause. Good afternoon, Kev.
Good afternoon, Alex. Yeah, we're here at the Valley Plaza Mall, and we're actually just outside Panini Kebab Grill, and we're talking about a great lunch and helping out a great cause at the same time, Links for Life. And you can see we've got the mobile grill right here, and you can see, what's your name again? Daniel is behind the grill. I want to give him a shout out because he's working really hard right now. And you can see all the kebabs on the grill. That is part of your lunch if you come out today. It's only $10. You're going to get the chicken kebab lunch, rice, a salad. Really, you can't beat it. And again, you get to help out a great cause. So I want to bring in two very important people here. I want to bring Irma, who's the president of Links for Life, and my good friend Sylvia. Sylvia, get on over here. Don't be shy. Sylvia is a cancer survivor. So two great people all supporting Links for Life. And today's a fun day. You get a lunch and you get to help out a great nonprofit here in our community.
Absolutely. So 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer, and Kern County is no exception. So throughout the year, we hold events, but specifically mostly in October to raise awareness since it is breast cancer awareness. So we love to partner with local organizations, and as you see here, Panini Kebab is one of those that's helping us out today. And everyone's got to have lunch, right? So why not come have a delicious lunch for a great cause?
I came in today, Maddie said, "Are you wearing pink on purpose?" And I said, "Of course I am. I have my Links for Life event." And then we have Sylvia, a good friend here,
Yay.
And you are a cancer survivor. So seeing nonprofits like Links for Life in our community is such a huge deal.
It is, and I'm such a fan of breast cancer survivors. 30 years for me that I've been on the Links board since the beginning. Yeah, amen. And so, that's why I'm here, because you know what? It's like a great food, and it's a great price, and it's a great cause. So that's like a triple win. Who gets those? Come on, triple win for everybody.
And you've been able to kind of see the results of having a nonprofit like Links for Life. What would it be like if we didn't have them here?
We would have a lot more women who don't know how to connect with the services they need. So we're at health fairs, we're connecting women with those kinds of programs that can help women under 40, women over 40 who are diagnosed with breast cancer. And of course we have wonderful support groups. Wow, can't get along without your sisters holding your hand and handing you Kleenex and giving you hugs. That's how you get through it.
And if you're at home and you're dealing with maybe breast cancer and you don't know where to reach out to Links for Life. They've got a great facility. Again, a lot of different programs to make you feel comfortable. And again, it's like a sisterhood, and help you through that journey. And that's what it's really all about. And if you're also at home and you want to support Links for Life and the great programs that they do, come out here today. Again, we're right here at the Valley Plaza. You can't miss the tent. And again, you're going to get that wonderful kebab lunch for only $10. Again, all brought to you by Panini Panini Kebab and Grill, and also Links for Life, all teaming up. The weather, not bad. I'll have the details on that coming your way in just a few minutes.
All right, Kev, thanks so much. We'll check back in with you in just a few.
Yep.
Well, U.S. troops have begun pulling back from positions in northeastern Syria ahead of an expected incursion by Turkey into the area. This announcement comes after a phone call between President Trump and the president of Turkey. U.S. forces will withdraw and Turkish forces will move into northern Syria. U.S. forces are there to help fight ISIS, together with a key U.S. ally, the Kurds. But the Turkish government view the Kurdish militia as terrorists. The Kurds warning of a genocide. Around the world, the U.S. withdrawal is being portrayed by some as America betraying key allies. Here's NBC's Andrea Mitchell with more.
President Trump, after a phone call with President Erdogan of Turkey, making a major policy shift. Without consultation, as far as we know, with the Pentagon, abandoning U.S. allies, the Syrian Kurds, who have lost 10,000 fighters to defeat ISIS in northern Syria on the U.S. behalf with the help of U.S. Special Forces. This completes, apparently, the withdrawal of U.S. troops from Syria that was opposed by former Defense Secretary Mattis, who quit over that decision last December. We'll have a lot more coming up on NBC Nightly News.
Now to the latest surrounding the impeachment investigation into President Trump. The lawyer for the initial whistleblower says they're now representing a second person who has firsthand knowledge of the incident that started it all. President Trump did not appear on camera over the weekend, but remained active on Twitter, where he went after House Democrats who are investigating him, as well as a prominent member of his own party. All of it as some of his key allies are struggling to come to his defense. NBC's Kristen Welker has more.
This morning, the impeachment crisis intensifying. A second whistleblower, said to have firsthand knowledge of the president's July phone call with the leader of Ukraine, is now cooperating with the intelligence community's inspector general. That's according to the attorney for the first whistleblower, a CIA employee who filed the initial complaint at the center of the House impeachment inquiry. President Trump lashing out over the weekend. They are going to the bench, and another whistleblower is coming in from the deep state. Keep them coming. And tweeting support from pundits.
It is not an abuse of power to ask for information from a foreign government. Presidents do it all the time.
All this as Republicans struggled to defend the president's public call for foreign powers to investigate Joe Biden and his son Hunter's business dealings, despite no evidence of wrongdoing.
China should start an investigation into the Bidens.
Key ally Congressman Jim Jordan pressed over the weekend.
We've been going 10 minutes. You still can't say whether you think it's right or wrong.
I don't think it's going to happen. That's why. I mean, I just don't think that's what the president was really saying.
And in a combative appearance on Meet the Press, Republican Senator Ron Johnson drudging up past investigations.
Senator, it's pretty clear. We're only dealing with the facts that we have, not the facts that you wish them to be.
And I can't get the answers. The American people can't get the answers. Something pretty fishy happened during the 2016 campaign and in the transition, in the early part of the Trump presidency, and we still don't know. Robert Mueller was
we do know the
blinded.
answers.
But small cracks are starting to form in the president's wall of Republican support, including this criticism from Maine Senator Susan Collins.
Asking China to get involved in investigating a political opponent. That's completely inappropriate.
Former Secretary of State Colin Powell making headlines for these comments about his party.
The Republican Party has got to get a grip on itself. Right now, the Republican leaders and members of the Congress, both Senate and the House, are holding back because they're terrified of what will happen to any one of them if they speak out. Will they lose a primary? Our foreign policy is a shambles right now, in my humble judgment. And I see things happening that are hard to understand.
That was Kristen Wilker reporting. Meantime, now to the latest in the Manhattan District Attorney's request for President Donald Trump's New York tax returns. A federal judge says Mr. Trump's assertion of presidential immunity in the matter is, quote, unqualified and boundless. Judge Victor Marrero dismissed Mr. Trump's suit to protect his tax documents as well as those of his family, business, and associates. In his order, Judge Marrero says, quote, the president asserts an extraordinary claim in the dispute now before this court. Later adding, this court cannot endorse such a categorical and limitless assertion of presidential immunity from the judicial process. A grand jury subpoena for the documents was issued by the Manhattan DA's office a little more than a month ago as part of the investigation into the Trump organization's involvement in buying the silence of two women who claim to have had affairs with Mr. Trump. President Trump's attorney filed an emergency appeal, and the Second Circuit Court of Appeals granted a temporary stay. Now a panel of judges will review the case. Well, keeping calm under pressure. The Dodgers make a late comeback late last night in Game 3 of the NLDS. The Dodgers are playing the Nationals in Washington, D.C. The Nats got 2 runs in the first inning last night, but the tides changed in the 6th, and it was strong. The Dodgers get 7 runs. Los Angeles takes the win for a score of 10-4. The Dodgers are on the verge of moving on to the National League Championship. With a win tonight, they'll clinch a spot in the NLCS. Today's game has an earlier start time. First pitch is coming up in about 3 hours, and you can watch it on TBS. Well, still ahead, is it making a difference? A look at the technology that keeps the heart pumping and the multi-year study showing how mechanical devices are performing. Welcome back. Living longer with a heart pump. Doctors across the nation wanted to know if the new technology in the last decade is making a difference. So they embarked on a 3-year heart pump study that included more than 1,000 patients. As Brian Master explains, doctors found the mechanical devices are performing better and lasting longer.
Proper training is critical for the safety of firefighters, and equipment is essential to protecting them. But back in the day,
obviously I was exposed to a lot of things in those days.
Tom Calabro started his career as a firefighter in the early 70s.
We very seldom wore SCBA's masks. So we just go into a fire situation, go as long as we could go, as long as we could hold our breath, try and knock the flames down, and then crawl out again, you know. That's just the way it was.
Breathing in those chemicals over the years damaged his lungs and heart. He got his first pacemaker in the late 90s.
About 4 years ago. I was just sitting in a lazy boy, and I could tell I was getting worse. And I told my wife, I can't get out of this chair.
He was one of the first people in the metro to get the latest heart pump, a left ventricular assist device known as an LVAD.
So all of this is inside. So this part is sitting inside the heart.
On this day, Tom Calabro served as a real-life training example for Bellevue Fire and Rescue, because there are more and more patients getting the devices and living longer.
It's become increasingly difficult to get a heart transplant.
Nebraska Medicine Surgical Director Dr. John took part in a major study of more than 1,000 patients, examining how the new heart pumps compare to previous models. The findings? They're nearly as good as getting a new heart.
To go from 50% survival at 1 year to 80% at 2 years is dramatic. I think it opens up the therapy to many more individuals.
For Tom Calabro,
this is my transplant.
He's looking to get another 4 years out of his LVAD.
All right, let's take a look at your forecast now with Kevin Charette. And if you haven't had lunch already, well, Kevin's got an idea for you.
You're exactly right, Alex. You know, when we say there's a good lunch and a great cause, people come out and support. And today we are supporting Links for Life, and we are at Panini Kebab Grill right here at the Valley Plaza. We start at 10 o'clock and we'll be serving a great kebab, chicken kebab lunch until 2 o'clock for only $10. We've already had great support. In fact, we've been able to hand out over 100, and 100 of those, to be honest with you, were picked up by Mazda and Infiniti. They came together to help out Links for Life. So they took 100, and we've got several cars in line already. So it's definitely lunch hour, and people are taking advantage of a great lunch for only $10 and helping out Links for Life all at the same time. So if you're still looking for that idea, well, I found it for you, and I guarantee you will enjoy it. Let's talk about the weather forecast. It's not too bad out here. We have sunny skies. We've actually had a little light breeze, which has been kind of nice, and currently we're at 81 degrees in Bakersfield. It is going to be a little warmer this afternoon, near 90, but right now perfect. A calm wind out at Meadows Field, and overnight we were at 58. That is right where we should be this time of year. That's our normal. Normal high today is 83, so we will be slightly above that. The record of 99 set back in 1953. Here's a look at the regional view, and nothing to show you. We've got clear skies north to south. No changes on that front as we go throughout the next 7 days. Now, right now, the Bay Area comfortable at 70, 79 in Fresno, and we've got 70s down to the south as well. LA currently checking in at 72. Here's a look at the daytime highs today. 88 in Sacramento, lower 90s for Fresno, 70s and 80s for LA and San Diego. And to the east of us, we'll be in the upper 80s for Vegas, right near 100 in Phoenix. Here's a look at the game tonight, or this afternoon. It'll be kicking off soon. Again, the Dodgers lead a 2-1 series against the Washington Nationals. And unlike what we've been seeing in L.A., we are expecting a warm afternoon and some rain. So we get humidity, we get warm temperatures, and the first pitch goes off at 3:40 this afternoon. That is Pacific time. High pressure in control here. We've got a couple of systems we'll be tracking in the coming days. The first one up in the northwest, bringing some rain up that way. Will usher in some cooler air for us the next few days. So we will get another cool down after we see another day near 90. Yesterday we hit 87. Air quality moderate today with an AQI at 100. Today we'll be right near 91 in Bakersfield. We'll see the same in Delano and Wasco, 90 in Taft. For the mountains in the Kern River Valley today, 81 in Fraser Park, 80 in Tehachapi, upper 80s for the Kern River Valley with a southeast wind, 10 to 15. And then for the desert, look for sunny skies and 87 in Mojave. Your extended forecast tomorrow, back in the upper 80s, lower 80s, and a little bit breezy on Wednesday. Could see a little blowing dust around Wednesday afternoon. 77 on Thursday, lower 80s Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then for the mountains, tomorrow, upper 70s. How about those 60s returning Thursday, Friday, and Saturday? We'll keep it a little windy Wednesday, Thursday, Friday as well. It was a pretty breezy day in the mountains yesterday afternoon. And then for the Kern River Valley, tomorrow, 86, 78 on Wednesday, lower 70s back on the board as we head into Thursday. So overall, not a bad forecast. And Alex, I'll tell you, if you haven't been here yet, the food looks delicious. You can see the kebabs on the grill right now. Again, Panini Kebab and Grill right here at the Valley Plaza. They opened in May, and today teaming up for Links for Life. So you get a chicken kebab, lunch, rice, and a salad, all for $10. You can't beat it.
And the great thing, it's all for a good cause. So that's, of course, what it's all about. All right, thanks so much, Kev. All right, more news coming up after this.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Welcome back. The numbers are out, and they show attendance was down at this year's Kern County Fair. The fair ran from September 18th through the 29th. Nearly 395,000 people attended. That is down 5%, or roughly 20,000 people from last year. But fair officials say concession sales and carnival rides were up this year. One Texas food pantry is brewing up a new way to provide food for their community. Allie Spilliards tells us how to perk up with the purpose.
Making sure is 1.0.
Each and every granule.
It comes out to be 1 pound and 7/8.
Makes a difference when it comes to the bags of coffee David Sisk measures out each Wednesday afternoon.
If it's not 1.0, you put a little bit more and make sure you got the right amount.
He and the other half dozen or so young adults with special needs take on each role necessary to get coffee bagged and out the door.
2, 1.
With the same precision and patience it took to create it.
You have to listen for like the cracks and pops.
At the head of operations, you'll find Audrey Wallace.
It'll start cracking. That's kind of a medium roast. It starts cracking again. That's a darker roast.
And though it may not look glamorous,
so it has to cool. If we don't get it cool, then it'll just continue to cook.
Her role as a coffee connoisseur is a long-time dream.
They said, what do you want to do? And I said, I'd like to roast coffee. And they said, for what point? What's the purpose, you know? And I said, I don't know. One day I'll figure it out.
Which she did when she took over as the executive director of Zaxby's 5 Loaves Food Pantry.
We needed a way to create revenue for the pantry.
That's how marketing director Morgan Rizzo says they came up with coffee with a purpose. At $10 a bag, she says they're able to turn each pound of coffee into 28 pounds of food for local families in need. And as sales have increased,
I've shipped coffee to California, I've shipped coffee to Ohio, I've shipped coffee to Washington, D.C.
So has their potential.
It's crazy to see how God has taken something, just as simple as coffee and benefited the community as a whole.
In more ways than one. Turning caffeine addictions.
I have 7 kids. I drink lots of coffee.
Into purpose, not only for the community, but also for the students, creating a whole lot of good from something that started so small.
Through faith in God, and He just brought it all together.
Great story right there. We're back after this. Welcome back to 17 on Set. Joining me this afternoon are Tasha Johnson and Diana Ramirez, here to talk more about an upcoming an event that's called Children Are Precious. It's the 5th annual carnival. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Well, what is this all about?
What it is we raise money for the CASA Foundation through my granddaughter's memorial fund. We lost my granddaughter through an act of child abuse, and this was our way to give back to other abused and neglected children in Kern County.
And Diana, of course, you've partnered up with CASA here.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what CASA is and how important it is, especially to be those advocates for so many children here in Kern County.
Exactly. So CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocates. And what we do is we give a voice to children who have been abused and neglected in Kern County. And we those funds will provide us access to training our advocates and providing a voice for those children.
How are we standing right now with advocates? Do we need more?
Oh, we always need more. We have 39 children on our high priority wait list.
All right,
Yes.
so that's just another thing right there, is that if you want to be an advocate for these children, there are still, of course, so many children that need that. Let's go back to talking about this carnival. It's the 5th annual carnival.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it sounds like a lot of fun. Who is this geared for? What's going to be going on at this carnival?
It's geared for the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, the adults can come and sit back and relax while the kids just run and play. There's games. There's raffle prizes for the adults, and we have like the Bakersfield Fairy Tale Friends and Hero for Hire and E&M. We have a reptile show. That's all on Saturday, and then Sunday there's Cowboy Church. Also on Saturday, back behind us will be a junior rodeo.
What is it like for CASA to have this partnership?
Oh, it's perfect
Yeah.
because we want awareness and prevention of child abuse. So it was just a perfect fit for us. And Tasha has been a great supporter for CASA for 5 years. So it's amazing.
Okay, so this carnival happening this Saturday, right?
Yes, starts at 8 o'clock from 8 to 5 on Saturday and 8 to 3 on Sunday.
All right, perfect. So we'll post all of this information on our website, kget.com. Should be a lot of fun for the whole family. All right, thanks so much for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we're back after this. Welcome back. Just a quick reminder, we're hosting a barbecue lunch fundraiser for another great local cause. We've teamed up with the Alliance Against Family Violence and Sexual Assault. The Alliance helps local survivors of all ages who suffered domestic violence or sex assault. And for $5, you can get a burger, chips, cookie, and a drink on Wednesday from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. at 22nd and M Streets outside our studios. And for another $5, you can get a raffle ticket with a chance to win a 60-inch TV. Now, if you plan to order 10 lunches or more, make sure you call this number, 322-9199, so they have enough burgers, of course, for everyone. So hope to see you out here on Wednesday. Should be a great time. Thanks so much for joining us for 17 News at noon. We'll see you back here for 17 News at 5.
17 News, your local news leader, continues 24 hours a day on KGET.com and our 17 News app. In the spirit of the Golden Empire, 17 News.